Hello, everybody. Expecting that all of you are in good health and doing extremely very well. Today, in this session, we'll discuss macroeconomics. In macroeconomics, we'll discuss the first chapter. First chapter title is Introduction to Economics. In Introduction to Economics, we'll discuss these three broad areas. First, we'll discuss definitions of economics, then methods of scientific inquiry, and finally, we'll discuss divisions of economics. So these are the three broad areas we are covering in the chapter Introduction to Economics from Macroeconomics. Now, first, I'll discuss some very important definitions of economics so that we can get a better idea about the economics. Now, first, in general, if we talk about the economics, basically, economics is a social science concerned with production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services. It studies how individual, business, government, and nations make choice about how to allocate resources. Moreover, we can say that the basic human activities of trying to satisfy material needs is called economic activity. All human beings activity directed to production, consumption, and distribution of goods and services are basically the subject matter of economics. So from this point of view, we can say that the economics is generally a social science which basically focus on production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services. Now, in economics, different renowned economics have explained economic concept from their point of view. Now, among them, three important definition we'll go through. We'll go through definition of Adam Smith. We'll go through the definition of Alfred Marshall. Then we'll go through the definition of Robbins. These are three popular and famous definition in economics. So here, first, we'll start with the definition of Adam Smith. Now, before starting the definition, I would like to inform you that Adam Smith definition is also known as wealth definition of economics. So, question may come that what do you understand by wealth definition of economics? Or define Adam Smith definition of economics. So, to get the answer of this, we'll go through the definition given by the Adam Smith, which is basically Adam Smith said that it is wealth definition of economics. Now, Adam Smith in from year 1723 to 1790 period, he contributed a lot in the economics, and he defined economics like economics is the science of wealth. Economics is the science of wealth. Now here, through the science of wealth means Adam Smith does not mean to rich people or money. It does not mean rich or money. It is basically wealth means economic goods or scarce goods. Scarce goods means a scarcity of the goods. Now, basically, he authored one book that is known as Wealth of Nation. Wealth of Nation in 1776. And in that book, he defined economics as the science of wealth. And Adam Smith is also known as father of political economics because he was the first person who put all the economic ideas in a systematic way. What I said, I am repeating. Adam Smith is also known as the father of economics as because he was the first person who put all the economic ideas, thoughts in a very, very systematic way. And he recommended that economics is basically the science of wealth. And according to him, wealth does not mean to money or riches or rich. It means to economic goods or scarce goods. Next, we will move to the definition of Alfred Marshall. Alfred Marshall, here also a question may come, what do you understand by the welfare definition, or define Marshall definition of economics? Now, Alfred Marshall definition of economics is also known as welfare definition of economics. He explained the economics from the mankind welfare point of view. Now, according to Alfred Marshall, in his book Principle of Economics, published in 1890, placed emphasis on human activities or human welfare. Human activities means if activities are there, then that may be related to the human welfare, human well-being, rather than on wealth. So, like as Adam Smith have given focus on the wealth, but the Alfred Marshall have given focus on the human welfare or human well-being. Marshall defines economics as a study of men as they live and move and think in the economic business of life. He also argued that economics on one side is the study of wealth, and on the other side it is study of men. It is study of men means it is study of mankind. Mankind means it is related to the human well-being, human welfare. So this was basically the Alfred Marshall. Now, moreover, in this definition, like emphasis on human welfare is evidence in Marshall's own word. Political economy or economics is the study of mankind in the ordinary business of life. It examines that part of the individual and social action which is most closely connected with the attainment and with the use of the material requisite of well-being. Material requisite for well-being. Like if we talk about the human welfare or human well-being, so there something will be need, that is materials, material like goods which are being produced for consumption purpose. So whatever goods are required for consumption purpose, that is sufficiently available or not, and if it is available, that may bring welfare to the mankind. So Alfred Marshall's definition is related to the human welfare. Then third definition is Robbins' definition. Robbins' definition is also known as scarcity definition of economics. So question may come that what do you understand by scarcity definition of economics, or define Robbins' definition of economics. So to get the answer of this question, we'll go through the Robbins' definition of economics, or we can say scarcity definition of economics. Now the most accepted definition of economics was given by Lord Robbins in 1932 in his book and is an essay on the nature and significance of economic science. According to Robbins, neither wealth nor human welfare should be considered as the subject matter of economics. His definition runs in terms of scarcity. Economics is the science which studied human behavior as a relationship between ends and scarce means which have alternative uses. Okay, now this is another different point of view or different angle through which we are understanding the concept of economics. Now, according to Robbins, economics is basically related to the term scarcity. Now, he defined that economics is the science which studied human behavior as a relationship between the ends and scarce means which have alternative uses. Now we'll explain this core concept given by the Robbins in detail. Now, if we say human relation between ends and scarce means, Now, human relation, like if we define, human want, because if we talk about the human relation, then we need to talk about the human wants. Then if we talk about the human wants, a human being may have multiple wants. So among those multiple wants, human being need to prioritize which want is important. Now, to fulfill that want, is the resources available or not? If the resource is available, then it's okay. Otherwise, it can be scarce means. Scarce means scarcity of the means. Like person is hungry, so the hungry person may look for food. So means is food. Means is food. Okay. So food is available or not? Now there we may talk about the demand and supply. Now, if we talk about the Indian population size, like say for example 132 crores population size. Now all we have food. Okay, now if it is being observed that some people are not getting food, so there is a scarcity. Okay, so that is basically the Robbins definition basically are projecting. Now, if food as a means to overcome from the hungriness or to remove the hungriness, then what are the alternatives are available for that scare means? What is the alternative of the food? So alternative of foods can also be considered here. That is, alternative which have alternative uses like fruits, then other other food items which can alternate food meal like rice, chapati, roti, paratha, or any other kind of food. So this is basically the Robbins definition. Now, if we look into the three definition, first given by Adam Smith, that is wealth definition. Second definition given by Alfred Marshall, welfare definition. Then Robbins definition known as scarcity definition. Now these three definitions have three different point of view. Alfred Marshall says economics is the science of wealth. Then Adam Smith said that economics is the science of wealth. Then Alfred Marshall says economics refers to the human welfare. Then Robbins given scarcity focus definition, which says that economics is the science which studies human behavior as a relationship between ends and scare means, which have alternative uses. Okay, but in general, all human activities to satisfy the material needs are considered as an economic activity. Or we can say that any activity related to the production, consumption, and distribution of goods and services can be the study material, study matter or study area of economics. So in this session, we'll not discuss more. Next session, we'll discuss method of scientific inquiry and division of economics. So thank you everybody for participating in this session. And before finishing the session, I'll go through the just gist of the class. Like today, we have discussed definitions of economics. Okay, so from this chapter, further we'll discuss methods of scientific inquiry and division of economics. And regarding the definition, we have discussed general definition of economics, then Adam Smith definition of economics, which is known as wealth definition. Then we have discussed Alfred Marshall definition of economics, which is also known as welfare definition of economics. Then we have discussed Robbins definition of economics, which is also known as scarcity definition of economics. Thank you, everybody. Hopefully we'll meet again in the next session. Thank you for your participation.